Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Wednesday, August 27th. We're cruising right through the month of August, almost into September, almost through summer until Labor Day on Monday. So crazy how time flies. But first, let's go through the market and see what's going on today. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose and only not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence, everybody. And here we go. That heat map's kind of flat, but NVDA is up. And it is NVIDIA day here. All eyes are on NVIDIA and their earnings. It is up $1. It's in a bullish state right there. It's trying to crawl up, and I don't know if it's going to make it through. It is such an interesting look right there. Your SPY is also up a hair. So let's just take a quick look, and you can see it's up 51 cents and not looking bad right there. So it all depends on NVIDIA's earnings. They don't look bad right there. I don't know if it's I mean, it's at such a weird look, and it's hard to tell. And that dev stream or something like that was moving, dev stream right there, and that was popping up. I did see that one jumping up there. So there you go with that one. First, we'll look in that MDB Mongo is still running up, I think. Let's see. I know it was running up yesterday, and let's see what it's doing. It ran up a little bit, but could be pulling back, but that was a nice pop up right there. That's for sure. And let's go ahead and see what our Jolie's jumpers or laptop lowdowns are doing. And then we'll go ahead and see what the rest of the market's up to. BTAI, that's continuing its way up right there. It was running up yesterday. Let's just take a quick look. You can see it ran up a little bit more this morning. And DSS right here had run up yesterday and is a little bit of pullback at the moment for DSS Inc. And yeah, you can see it ran up yesterday there, a little bit of pullback. And let's just keep on cruising right through and see what our Jolie's jumpers, IXHL, we had been looking at this. It did spike up, a little bit of pullback right there. Could be getting set up to run up even higher, though. And MNOV right there did spike yesterday and then just kind of ran around a little bit today. 146 actually dipped down, opened up at 146, and now it's at 137 right there. So that's what your MNOV is up to. Let's take a look and see what NBY is doing. That one jumped up yesterday, a little more spike up this morning for the 4 a.m. Warriors, and it's not looking bad right there, trying to get a little pop up. So keep your eye on NBY this morning. OPAD was popping up yesterday or a couple days ago and yesterday, and then it looks like it has that look like it's trying to set back up to run. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on that OPAD. I know Laptop Travel had mentioned that one. And let's see what else is going on over here. It is super slow, Laptop Travel, and I would say absolutely slow right now, waiting for NVIDIA. And that's why I was saying this week could be a little bit slow, and it could pick up right after today. So going into the Labor Day weekend, that's why I was saying if NVIDIA's earnings are good, it makes the market pop. It'll be a great look out into a 3-day weekend, holiday weekend. We'll love it. So that's what we're looking at. Plug right here is getting set up. We had talked about that one. SNCX right here is running up this morning, so keep your eye on that. I believe that was yesterday. It was running up, not doing anything yet today, but that one does look pretty good right there for CNX. That looks like it could continue its way up. And SLRX Solaris, this is crawling through just a little healthy pullback, but should continue its way up. And THAR right here, THAR, and that's what Tharamune, and had recently run up. It looks like it's going to be pulling back a little bit now. And TNFA right here, that one's crawling up. I don't know if it's going to get exactly through the MACD in that 20 right there, but as they curl up, we know it'll spike up like that and then pull back down. So you just have to play the quick poppers. You can pick them as any stock ticker and do it with it. They all run around for the most part. And TTNP right here spiked up yesterday. Good old Titan Pharmaceuticals and a little healthy pullback to set back up. And VSME right there is Versus Media. Did they change the name of it? I don't remember it being that. It was something different. But anyway, VSME, let's see what they're up to right here. And let's see, it did spike up there yesterday. I was looking at that right there. Just wanted to see what the setup looked like, and it is getting set back up. Could have a little bit of pullback and then get set back up there. Nothing too crazy. So there you go with your Jolie's jumpers. Thank you very much, Asian Jolie. a good look at what was moving and what is trying to move right there. And let's look at our laptop lowdowns and see what's down in the basement down here and going to be getting set up relatively soon. Amber, AMBR, and Amber International Holdings, it's a software infrastructure company. That's looking pretty good to bottom out, try to start curling up. And good old Bragg right here is going to start to brag soon as it curls up and runs. Bragg Gaming, and that is a Canada gambling one right there. So you can keep an eye on that one. And CAPS caps had run up pretty big and obviously pulling back now. So you got to play them run ups because they will pull right back down. And CTW trying to run up a little bit. CTW Cayman, and that's another electronic gaming and multimedia in Japan right there. Not sure what's going on, but it started up pretty high and then dipped down. It's a fairly new one, so we might have to look at that one as it gets set up and the chart starts to run a little bit more. And here is Duo, DUO, Fangda Network. That's another China one. Spiked up last week right there, pulling back now, and we'll try to get that to set back up for us. And INHD, let's see, Inno Holdings, that's actually looking good in the top, guys. Could continue to run up a little bit more, so you can watch this one for a little bit of momentum today right there. And what did I write? KMKR. I don't see that. Let's see if it's an OTC or over here. KMKR. And it is an OTC, K-Tech Solutions, and it was running up 134 to 159. It's back to 133, though, and it did spike up right there. So you do have to be pretty fast with the sell button on 4 a.m. And NVNO, look at that big old dip, NVNO or something like that, medical, but that one's not looking too bad, and we'll see that one get set up. Let me jot that one down over here because that's a big old setup right there. We love them setups. And we'll look at that one, SNYR right now, Synergy. That's right. I was going to say we looked at this before, and that thing's way down there, guys. So making a lot of room on the chart. Looks like it still has a little bit of time to set back up. So we'll have to look at that one in like a week or two. And VMAR is way down. Vision Marine. Remember, this thing was running up and now getting to be back in a good spot. VMAR right there could be another interesting one to keep an eye on. And let's see what else is going on here this morning on our laptop lowdowns with Wheeler. Good old Wheeler Real Estate. That's been in the bay. This one's running the basement and splits a lot too. This is almost as good as Mullen, but just not as crazy, but it does do a lot of splitting and staying in the basement right there. And YMAT is J-Star Holding. That's a brand new one. Not familiar with it. Taiwan. Started in the top, huge dip right there on August 26th. So it definitely pulled back yesterday, and today it's just hanging out. Might have to look at YMAT right there, see why Matt did a big dip, and see if we can catch a little bounce up on it. And ZNB, Zen Network, and that one recently reverse split and is getting cruising up there. So you can keep an eye on ZNB after the reverse split, looking pretty good right there. And there you go with your laptop lowdowns. Thank you, Laptop Travel. And let's go ahead and see what else is going on over here. Let's cruise right through the market, see what we have to look at. So here we go. And our SPY and our Mag 7 big caps in the video is up a little bit. Let's see what the SPY is doing right here. And it is up like 50 cents, 48 cents, a little bit flat over the support line. Not looking bad. I would say it looks pretty healthy right there. Let's see. Apple was up a little bit, just kind of sitting there flat. They're all waiting to see what Amazon NVIDIA wants to do. Amazon is what we were looking at next. That's just pulled back a little bit, but clearly just flat and set up. And Google, they can go either way. It's sitting right there, down a little bit, but just a little bit flat, can go either way. So exactly what they generally look like on a big day like this, NVIDIA earnings day. And that is your Google. And of course, Meta right here is a little bit down and under the trend line, just a little healthy pullback. and it could go either way. And Microsoft has been pulling back there. It looks like it tried to bottom out yesterday. We'll have to see. That 20 still curling down. It might try to get back into that channel to hold itself up. It made some really good room on the chart, and you can see it will get ripping and rolling again. And that is MSFT, good old Microsoft. And here's the big shot, the party guy for today, NVDA. And all eyes are on NVIDIA. It's like its birthday today, NVIDIA. And look at this thing. It's up $1.13. It's running up a little bit, curling up. The only thing it has to do is make that major curl and curl through the MACD, and it'll definitely blast through the resistance right there at 186 and get up over like 188, 189, wherever it wants to spike up to. But then it can actually be popping off of that trend line and that bullish look right there. So all eyes on the video, and it's going to dictate what the markets want to do coming up towards the end of summer, obviously, and into the next couple weeks. Do we just start immediately running, or do we have a little lull here and a little bit of easy pullback? So that's what we're going to be looking at and looking for today as the day goes on. I'll be keeping an eye on the video. You know that. I'll have my eyes on that thing. And Tesla right here is still going up. Not looking bad. Just it could, well, if NVIDIA pops up pretty good, they all are going to run. The market's going to be crazy. It looks like it could pull back to run up more. But Tesla is in a bullish state too. And just as the rest of the market, let's look at the rest of these guys. AMC, I'm telling you, getting set up there. And GameStop not looking bad, but Chewy running up and looking really good right there. Curling up, not looking bad. And how about Unity? Because that one's been running up over the resistance. It's now at support line. It's flat, but it looks like it wants to cruise up a little bit more. And good old Netflix did pull back a little bit. It was up yesterday, and it's a little soft pullback right there. AVGO still running up, hitting the 20. And we'll probably see it stay in that channel. I don't think it's going to get over to 20 right now, but they are trying to get set up. MU, same situation. MU looks a little better. It could curl through. It is not looking bad right there. And TSM, a little healthy pullback, nothing wild. And again, they're not going to cross through the MACD. So maybe NVIDIA's report isn't going to be great. I don't know. I just can't tell, guys. The market's setting up. You can tell you have like 2 weeks to set up here and really get rolling. And you don't think it's going to correct or anything, pull back. It doesn't look like that, but it just looks like they want to stay in these channels. So it's hard to tell with earnings, that's for sure. We try to get a good look at everything ahead of time, but earnings are tough, especially this one right here. And we're at one of them crucial times where the market's almost like hitting a bubble period. So it could just keep popping up there. And SMCI, Super Micro, and this one is getting rolling, and it's not going to cross through it unless NVIDIA does really have like popping earnings. I can see these things jumping up, and then all the charts will get right set back up for the end of summer and get cruising. AMD, I mean, look how bullish it looks. It's just curled down. So they're all interesting. Let's put it that way. They could all pull back a little bit more and keep setting up, but also they could curl up and run up there with no problem if NVIDIA drags them up. QCOM's been looking good, hitting some resistance. We'll see if it pulls back to set back up. And again, I think they're all just waiting for NVIDIA. And good old Snow does have their earnings today, and it was way up yesterday in the after hours there. And let's look at what it's doing. It was running up and a little bit of healthy pullback at the moment, opened at 205, and we're sitting at 202 right now. So that did run up yesterday in the after hours. They do have earnings. It is looking pretty good right there for Snow. So it could be a little bit of a blizzard time for that one. And PayPal's been looking pretty good, but dipping down there. So again, this market is looking very interesting. I was looking at it this morning, pretty flat, and everything's just all over the place. Intel looks like it wants to roll off the MACD. So it's one of them days where you just kind of got to be patient a little bit. And here is Dell trying to set up, but it looks like it could get pulled back a little bit more. And they do have earnings tomorrow for Dell. So Dell goes tomorrow, so that'll be an interesting one right there. It does look like it wants to pull back, but again, we could see everything curl curl right up in the video. IBM's getting set up, guys. We can tell, and that thing wants to get cruising soon. Just watch for any dips right there. And how about our Palantir? It's up a little bit and curling up, looking pretty good. It might not even cross through, but it will run up as it crosses up right there. And Sophie right now is up a little bit and not looking bad. And let's look at Mara, Riot, and Clean Spark because they're getting set up. Crypto is down a little bit this morning, but you can see these bad boys still have like a week or so to get set up. Riot was running up a little bit yesterday, just a little healthy pullback, nothing crazy right there. And how about Clean Spark right here getting set up? That one looks really good as well. So you want to keep your eye on that. And let's look at MicroStrategy just down a hair and just look at that. Soft hits off the MACD, pulling back another week or so. And these things are going to get cruising, guys. Robinhood's getting set up right there. You know we like Coinbase. It's really getting set up now. So just watch it. It's trying to get curled up there. Look at it. They're just taking their time too. And that could get bumped up there. Could pull back another little level to get set up, but it's looking pretty good there for Coinbase. And Webull right here is going to be in bullish area real soon. How about space? That thing's trying to get set up again and curling up, trying to roll through the MACD. Not looking bad there. And Boeing is always running up, and that thing's getting to be bullish again. So DJT running up yesterday, a little healthy pullback there, down 37 cents this morning. And just let it pull back. It's going to stair step its way up, and obviously fun will be down. If DJT is down, they do run like hand in hand. It's really bizarre. McDonald's right here. They have two new sandwiches, according to Luis Rodriguez, coming out, and it is up a little bit. It looked like it wants to roll off that MACD. We were seeing that pullback, and it does look like McDonald's wants to continue its way up there. And how about Disney is getting set up? That's a really nice setup right there. So definitely keep your eye on DIS. And how about our Oxy? That is down just a little bit. And again, still getting set up beautifully right there. So I think our oil and gas ones are looking pretty good still. There's ExxonMobil down a little bit. And Gush right here is a little bit flat. It'll open up in a little bit. I don't know what that Robin's doing, but just an idea of what oil and gas. And that one's a little bit flat right there. And there you go with your Big Caps, Mag 7, and all them guys. There's Nike right there, and that's just sitting there. It could go either which way. And our DXYZ, that Destiny Tech, and that thing's not looking too bad. That one's definitely getting set up. It has another week or two, probably about 2 more weeks in it. So there you go, guys. And let's see, it is a slow one, SERV. Let's see what they're doing. That's a robotics company, Upserve Robotics. That's what I thought. And that thing looks pretty good. Rich Tech up there a little more, not looking bad right there. BZAI was flat this morning, still sitting there flat. And KITT, Nauticus Robotics, not looking bad. So there you go. And this will be the last day of the watch list. Will be devoting our efforts in identifying the winners on the newsletter subscribers and the Discord subscribers. That is awesome. There you go. So I'm telling you, our Discord's insane, guys. And we do a lot on the show, but we also do a way more in the Discord, I'd have to say. And clearly it's worth it. There's a lot of great info in there. And obviously the summers are a little slower than usual. It's about to pick up like crazy, guys. So you're about to see it get wild. So if you're not in there or have any questions, feel free to DM me. That's for sure on X. And I'd be more than happy to answer anything you want. And like I said, it's about to get real crazy in the next week or so. I will definitely be out full time in my trading shed nonstop. Like I said, my wife goes back to work today, and the kiddies go back to school tomorrow next week. And it will be time to get back to work full time. So that will be exciting. I did take a few weeks off. I'm not going to lie, in August here and in the summer for the most part. It was pretty nice, but time to get back to doing everything we always do. And let's see what's going on here with CrowdStrike. And that thing was looking pretty good yesterday. I know you mentioned one of the ETFs there. What was it? It was a CRWD right here. And let's see that one. Oh no, that's the actual CrowdStrike. Which one was I thinking of that we mentioned? The What the heck was it? I forget what it was. CWVX. Never mind. It was this one. It was CoreWeave. That's what I was thinking. But CoreWeave's also getting set up right here, so you can take a look at that one. That one's starting to look good right there for good old CoreWeave. So we might see that one start popping up. And let's take a look at ARM and see what they're up to. They are a semiconductor, and that's starting to look pretty good, right, Luis Rodriguez? And that snow is looking pretty good right there. I'm not going to lie. It did have a little bit of pullback this morning, but it did run up like $8 in the after hours and then just kind of stopped this morning. So not looking bad. Snow has their earnings. BTAI, we had just looked at that one. And let's see what it's up to. It is up some. It was running up yesterday. Let's just take a better look. BTAI. Oh, hold on. BTAI right there. And yeah, it's not too bad. It does look like it wants to kind of run up a little bit more at the moment. And REGN is trying to run up a little bit. It's up this morning, Regeneron Pharmaceuticals. And that looks like it's going to get set up to run off the MACD right there. So keep an eye on that one. That's looking pretty good. That BTCS right here, we were looking at that. That's trying to get up, trying to get set up. And also our crypto treasury ones are down a little bit. That one's just a little bit of pullback. You can see it getting ready in that channel. And our SBET, that was down just a hair. UPXI's up. Solana's been ripping, guys. I mean, that thing's been going good. And BMNR was down a little bit this morning, but again, this one's getting set up. So just watch for these opportunities because this is going to be a good one. And you know, crypto is going to get ripping again. It is just getting set up now, and I've told you that before. And and it rips up. SATS up here, that Echo Star that had T-Mobile or AT&T buying all them, whatever that was. I totally forget what it was even called. What was it called yesterday or the other day? What the hell are they called now? It's going to bother me. Something, Spectrum something. I forget. $23 billion deal. Spectrum, whatever the hell it was. What the heck was it? Spectrum something they had to buy. Anyway, it was something Spectrum and licenses. That was it. Spectrum licenses. There it is. And they were buying 23 billion. I don't even know what a Spectrum license is, but this thing is continuing to set up and not look bad right there for SATS. And CWVX right here. Let's see. And that is that CoreWeave ETF right there. Looking good. Thank you, Luis Rodriguez. The Spectrum licenses. Couldn't think of the word licenses right there. And let's see what else is going on in our market. And we'll look at crypto real quick. Our Sol is at 204, Ripple's at about $3, Cardano's at 86 cents. Chainlink's cruising along at $24 right there. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Bitcoin 111, and let's see what it looks like right here. And it was kind of bottoming out the other day, and it's just trying to make some more room on the chart right there. Why it's 20 comes down, it will get ready. Ethereum looks a little bit better, even though it has that little bit of pullback. And Solana, the same thing. Solana looks probably the best right now. It's ripping up there and is cruising up. So Ethereum could pull back. Bitcoin could. Solana wants to roll some more. Ripple right here is definitely getting set up. It's getting ready. Look at this thing, guys. Ripple's getting ready to rock and roll. And Doge isn't looking too bad right there. So we'll keep an eye on that. And how about Cardano? This one's not bad. It's just pulling back some right at the moment. Good old Stellar is XLM, and that just has a little soft pullback as well. And like I said, Chainlink, that was at 24.35, and that one's just a little easy pullback, but trying to bounce back off the 20. And OP is Optimism right here, and we'll see what that's up to. Is it's just a little healthy pullback as well. Could make a little more room on the chart, and then these guys will get set up. So there you go with them. And JB, how are you doing this morning? INN or IINN. It is that one right there. And Spiria Technologies, that one looks good. Just secured 50 some kind of contracts right there last 2 months, still in the basement. Any thoughts on that one? Also, ATCH could be a very good one. And yeah, this one's down here. Made a lot of room on the chart right there, and your 20s coming down to scoop it up. I would say let's keep this on our watch watch list right there for the next week or so, because it's going to be getting set up for INN. You can see that bad boy looking pretty good to get ready. It's not ready at the moment, but it will be real soon. And ATCH right here, let's see what that's up to, because that was spiking up. I think that's on my watch list, and I noticed that yesterday. Yeah, yesterday it was jumping up there. I did remember that. Or was that today? Yesterday it was running up a little bit. Today it ran up even more right there. So there you go. And yeah, yesterday it was running around. I did see it up a little bit, and a penny for these things are good. And this thing is looking really nice right there, ATCH. So Atlas Clear Holdings is looking nice to try to bump itself up, roll off the MACD, JB. So not bad right there. Our Fed decision in September, guys. Remember, I said there was no way they were pulling back. You can see your 25%, 0.25 is going up right there, and your no change is pulling back again. Remember, they were looking like right here that they were gonna try to flip, and I said there's no way that they're gonna do that. They're just gonna keep on bouncing up there. They're not going to even come close. There's a 25 0.25 decrease coming in September. You can already see it. Already factored into the market, to be completely honest with you. So anyway, that we will see, that's for sure. Let's look at some news stories, see what's going on over here. No one's expecting a global boom. This former hedge fund manager says it's coming and has a way to play it. Dollar gains, stock steady in a run up to NVIDIA's earnings right here. And U.S. short yield slide, NVIDIA in view. Why stock shrugged off Trump's boldest Fed move yet. It was pretty bold, but it was great. And stock futures are a little changed ahead of the NVIDIA earnings. So there you go. And open door, what is that up to this morning? OPEN. And it is jumping back up. And again, guys, this thing's running back up into the top. That thing's a monster, OPEN. And we were super early on that one. Let me see what else is going on over here if I missed anything. And let me take a quick look and see what's happening. And there we go. I don't see anything crazy right there. I'll go through and see if there's anything trending. Let's go through the markets and see what's on there too. And let's see. And the markets are kind of flat, as you can tell when I get to the heat map. Microsoft picked up a little bit, NVIDIA and Tesla, but mainly flat right there. BTAI, we looked at that. What's Kohl's up to? KSS, I think that's Kohl's. Yes, it is. And that thing's ripping. Remember, we had called that one time. This thing's not looking bad right there. I guess back to school shopping, possibly, perhaps. I'm not sure. And of course, NVIDIA is going to be trending. And GRRR is at 17. It's been down. And let's see if that gets ripped up, because that one's a fun one to run up and then short right back down. MDB, that one was a monster right there. We were looking at it the other day. BMNR is down a little bit. JP Morgan was looking pretty good yesterday, and that's getting set up, guys. So keep your eye on that. We already know that's about to get ready to run. And TIGR right here is a Singapore one. It looks like they have earnings and could be coming out of the top right there. And they do have earnings today. So that is what we're looking at. And I want to see what JP Morgan's doing over here. And yeah, that thing's about ready to get set up and run. So that's not looking bad. We have to look at some of them guys. That banking sector right there. Let's see. That one was at the top, Bank of America. And let me just take a quick, there we go, BMO running up there. And let me just take a quick scroll down and see if I notice anything crazy there. Nothing too crazy. Some of them are getting set up right there. Not too crazy. Nothing jumping out. UPS right here. Let's see what that's up to. And that's trying to get set back up, guys. And FedEx right here is going to get set. I'm telling you, the whole market looks like it's going to get ready. Just give it a little bit of time. That's all it needs. And what's Lightbridge up to? Laptop travel right here. And that's up, not looking bad right there. Agrify, that looked like it wanted to keep some momentum, actually pulling back at the moment. And HIMS right now is up a little bit, not looking bad. IONQ, that one's trying to get rocking and rolling real soon. So there are a lot of them, guys, that are getting really set up right here. DSP, we were looking at that last night. that was crawling up as well. And what was BTU was that Peabody, and that thing just it looks like it. I mean, it's trying to get there. It's just not ready yet, and the 20's pushing down. I don't know if it'll get curled up at the moment. That's what I was looking at and trying to pay attention to today. But yeah, the market's just sitting there a little bit flat, nothing real crazy. And let's see what's going on over here, and then we'll call it a morning. TNFA that is trying to cruise up, and BINI, good old Mullen right there. Look at that thing trending up, trying to move up 7 cents so that they can do another reverse split, I'm sure. ADAP, keep your eye on that because that's getting to be in a good spot. And this riot, guys, I'm telling you, we were talking about it last night. It is they pushed back the reverse split date or whatever the vote. That looked like it bottomed out there yesterday. I'm not going to lie. So we'll keep an eye on Riot. We'd been looking at it anyway. IXHL had run up a little bit of pullback right there. RGTI just getting ready. Devs was running up. Open not looking bad. DSS, that one we looked at. And let's see that BMNR getting really set up. Just a little bit of pullback. Soxel right here. Semiconductors looking good. And Cole's running up right there. NVDA, all eyes are on them today for earnings. And let's see what's going on this side. And there's that DSS. What is their volume up to today? 3 million right now, it looks like. And way more than usual for them. DevStream, like we said, was up, and SLRX is Solaris Pharmaceutical. Looks like that's setting up. ADAP right there, not looking bad. So a couple good ones to keep an eye on, that's for sure. We're about to see a rally in the market. The likes you have never, like you've never seen. I agree, laptop travel, we're about to hit a bubble and get really rocking and rolling. This market's just setting up at the end of summer, and it's going to get really cruising towards the end of the year. So I'm telling you guys, you should be in the Discord. It's going to be insane. Your accounts are going to grow significantly pretty quick, I promise you. And so, yeah, that's what it looks like right there in our market. And obviously a little bit slow right here as we come to the end of summer and the end of my vacations too, actually. So I've been enjoying it. I'm not going to lie. I feel nice and refreshed and feel ready to rock and roll. That's for sure. And like I said, I might have to do it every year. But anyway, there you go. That's what we're looking at. We will be keeping an eye on the video. You know that. And I don't see anything else to look at. Crypto not looking bad right there. We went through it and everything is getting set up. So I would say it's not bad on NVIDIA earnings day, which are usually pretty big. They're like party days in the market, guys. When NVIDIA has their earnings, it usually dictates the entire market for whatever reason. And it's odd because they always are separated from everybody else. It's like the earnings fire up. Everybody, Big Mag 7 has their earnings, and then the video is like a couple weeks away. It's bizarre. It's at the end of the month, and it's going to shape up exactly what the next 2 or 3 weeks look like as we're getting set up or really start to get moving quick. So that is what we're looking at. Everyone's waiting on BTAI's clinical trial results right there. And obviously that was up this morning, and that's what people are looking for, and it does look pretty good. So I would say if they miss, it'll be a big disappointment right there, but it is looking pretty healthy at the moment. And there you go, everybody. That's what our pre-market looks like, and that's our heat map right there. All of our news, crypto, laptop travel lowdowns, our Jolie's jumpers, everything else. And if you have any questions, be sure to hit me up on X and check out my Joe Exotic interview. You can check out our ETF 500 interview or a talk last night. That's on the spaces on the ETF page if you want to check that out. A lot going on, guys, as we wrap up summer and come into the fall, and I'm telling you, the markets are getting set up. They're going to get ripping, and it's going to be exciting. I can tell you that right now. So be sure to enjoy the last few days of summer here, and it'll be all eyes on the video today. So it could be a little bit slow, and then we'll just keep an eye on that and see which way the markets want to rip for the next 2-3 weeks, and then it's really going to get ripping. So enjoy your day. Trade smart. Lock in those profits, everybody. Goodbye. Good luck. See you later, and have a great day.